Okay, so this has been a week. Do you hear me?
What's going on, people? Welcome to Heavy Hitter Media. If this is your first time, where we do hot topics, rants, reviews, and more. I want to thank you guys so much for really pushing up those subscriber numbers. Again, I'm at like 518 when I was like at 380 2 weeks ago. Thank y'all so much. It's only because of y'all. So let's keep pushing up those subscriber numbers. I really love y'all, and welcome to the Heavy Hitter community. Baby, listen, let's go on and have this heavy conversation because tonight Kandi spoke on it. She had a lot to say about Tamar and the one and only LaTasha Scott of XSCAPE. Baby, you know Kandi drops receipts, and that's one thing you gotta respect about a person. They don't come with fallacy, inaccuracy, or lies. She's gonna drop receipts. Candi's is too open of a book to have to sit there and lie to you good people. So, if you've been following me, you know I've been kind of commenting as soon as this show got started, because, baby, when it started, it was like, okay, this is some good. Well, today, like I said, she talked about Tamar and LaTasha Scott after the show. So, we're going to first start with Tamar, and then we'll go into LaTasha. So, y'all stick around, and let's get this bad boy started. All right, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get it started, y'all.
Let me start with the Tamar situation. Now, at first, I was going to do like a whole speak on it to address it. All right, so there's been so many things said. I'm like, where do I begin? You know what I'm saying?
I think we just tell a story on what happened that day.
Didn't make it long and all of that, but then I was like, you know what? That's giving it too much life, and it really is very, very extremely simple.
Well, here was the thing about what everybody hear. Okay. It ain't always the right thing.
Basically, yes, I did hear her version of it. Somebody sent me a couple of the clips. I was working this week, so that's why I wasn't as responsive, if you want to know. I was busy. I had to do a la carte season 2. You can catch season 1 on All Black channel. And I also was shooting a commercial with my son, Ace. So sis was working. But yes, friends and different people would send me different clips. And of course, I was pissed on what I saw. But let me just say this. If you didn't hear me say it before, I'm very clear. Tamar and I, yes, we had words. When I first saw her, no, I was not having any intention on having beef with Tamar, okay? That was not my intent. My plan was to just say, hey, and keep it pushing. What she did not say to you guys was she had already unfollowed me on social media. She did. I know she has you guys thinking that I was upset about the Dish Nation interview. That was not what my issue was. My issue was that after the Dish Nation interview, she actually went in her story and reposted the person that I was having a problem with or whatever, or past problems with. She reposted them and put like, you ain't got to steal from nobody, or some type of comment on her story, as if what I was saying was a lie, which is what I had a problem with. It was like, the person that I'm having an issue with, he's not even talking about this. So why are you involving yourself in our business? And why are you doubling down on it in your story if it's just about, you know, you being interviewed on Dish Nation? So to be clear, it had nothing to do with Dish Nation. I know all those blogs, and I mean, all those interviewers going to ask us uncomfortable questions. And I get it. You know what I mean? That was not my problem. When I saw her, my intent was just to say hello, keep it pushing. I said hello. She wanted to know why I didn't give her extra. And at that point, that's when the conversation happened. Y'all clearly see that I have no problem of saying my side to any story. So that's why she and I started having the conversation in a hallway with a whole bunch of people. It was clearly 2 women trying to talk out an issue that they were having. And nobody was interrupting. People were walking by. It was like 30 people that walked by during the course of this conversation. Some parts of the conversation was very aggressive as far as the way we were talking to each other. Some parts were, calm, because we were trying to really work out whatever the issue was. Anyway, at some point in the conversation towards the end, she kept trying to say about the Dish Nation interview, and I was explaining to her that it wasn't about the Dish Nation interview, it was about the other things. And I don't know, it was because there was a lot of people in the, it was an audience or whatever. we both was, going back and forth. But I basically was saying to her, it would have been no different of me speaking on her argument with WeTV when she was having that big drama with WeTV. And if I would have reposted WeTV and said that basically dissed what she was saying or made it seem like what she said was not important, you know what I mean? And that was what I was explaining to her. And then all of a sudden she, oh, I ain't on the housewives. I can't be, like all of a sudden now you want to talk about, you don't do all this back and forth because I made a valid point, right? And then, at that point when she started doing all that, I started flipping. Okay.
I just can't talk right now.
And my husband, just as you've seen him do on many times on TV shows when I have arguments with people and start acting a little bit much. And he was like, Kandi, stop. You already know what it is. Like, stop. That's what he was saying to me. He was not saying it to her. To be clear, Don Juan was in the hallway. My big bodyguard was in the hallway, so I don't know why Todd would have to threaten anybody. The big bodyguard was there. Anyway, our promoter, he had came through the hallway. Everybody was kind of trying to get us, Tamar and I, to take the conversation into a private room so that everybody would not be, able to hear what we were discussing. But, we kept having a conversation. And it was cool for a minute until it wasn't. Simple as that. And I just want to say, y'all trying to make it, y'all falling for that stuff, saying, Kandi was being petty. But just to be clear, when she got fired from The Real, she had an issue with a few of the people in our circle for going on The Real just to be interviewed and stuff like that.
Tamar was following Monica, and then Tamar unfollowed Monica.
I unfollowed Monica, I unfollowed Tiny.
All right, good people. That's pretty much all she had to say about Tamar. Because then Todd comes up and he recounts what has happened in reference to how he tried to fight Tamar with her lying ass. Anyway, be sure to check out my other video called Todd Speaks on It. But let's keep it going because she now moves over to Tasha Scott. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I cannot wait to hear what y'all say in the comments.
Okay, so that was my thoughts on the episode. Now, can I get to what I thought about Miss Tasha and her clip that she posted? Her PSA that she posted, using all of the speak on it within her video. Oh my gosh, I thought it was hilarious. If you really want to know what I thought it was hilarious. But yes, there were some untruths in it, and I have to address it. I have to address a couple things. Well, let me address this other interview of hers that's going online. In this week's news, I saw a clip where she's going on talking about, on the song, they didn't want me to sing solo. And on the song I did with Joe, Kandi tried to sing the lead. And she took 4 hours to try to sing it. Like 4 hours. 4 hours to try to sing the lead. And it just wasn't right. It just wasn't right. And then Tiny, she went in and sang hours and hours and hours. Oh my gosh, was this a Money Love title? She did hours and hours, but she was just too nasally. And so Joe was like, you have to go sing this record. Now, first of all, I don't even remember trying to sing the lead on that song. I thought they knew who they wanted to sing, but if my memory isn't correct, I know good and damn well I ain't never took 4 hours to sing nothing. And nobody would even allow that in our group. In our group, if somebody wanted to try your voice on a particular song, you may get 30 minutes, if that, to try it before whoever's producing or the group to be like, yeah, nah, Kandi, or yeah, nah, that don't fit your voice, right? So, that is a lie and the truth ain't in it. But that was the first thing. Now, mind you, Tiny, she said Tiny is too nasally. Are you talking about this Tiny singing the song? Well, sweetheart, I don't know. When she sang it with us in rehearsal and singing in the show, people loved her voice on it. I don't really think your version of the truth is the truth. I don't remember that happening at the studio. You always come with some different version of the truth. Always. So it's like you just saying what you can to say to try to make me look bad. But it's okay. And not just me this time. Now this time you came for Tiny. I'm used to you coming for me, but that was funny. Moving right along. So this is a part that I really need to give you guys clarity on. when she talked about me crying again. She said,
She must forgot when I walked in with her and Jermaine and she was crying.
she did that, right? Okay, so let me tell you the conversation of what happened. So all she does is really be confirming what I'm saying. So you guys, as I've always told you, first two albums, we as a group would go into the studio together. Yes, I did sing a lot of the leads. As she confirmed, she said, oh, I didn't say she didn't sing anything. She said, I had a problem with her singing something. So the example that she gave you was something that happened during the third album. The third album, of which I've told y'all again and again, they were using our third album to set up her solo project. So this particular day that she's speaking of, I want to let you know why I was upset. Any other time in the times that we was making hits, the first two albums, we would all come to the studio as a group. We all got the memo that we were supposed to be at the studio. We all would come sing backgrounds and do whatever, sing our parts, right? This particular day, and this is a song that was being recorded for the third album. I get to the studio. First of all, they didn't even invite Tiny or Tamika to the studio to record a song that was for, supposedly, XSCAPE. They didn't even get invited to the studio, okay? He tells me to come to the studio. When I get to the studio, the song has already been recorded. Tasha had sang the whole song and had already had backgrounds, everything done. The song was done. It was a Tasha song, okay? And he wanted to put my backgrounds on the song so that he could make it sound like an XSCAPE record. To be clear, in the past, on our first couple of albums, they used to always put my background vocals louder than everybody else because regardless of how y'all feel about my voice is distinctive. And he felt like, and the engineer, all of them, they felt like when people heard my voice, you could tell that it was an XSCAPE record. Similar to how, in Slim and 112, everybody in 112 could sing, but Slim sang on a lot of songs because his voice is very unique and distinctive. It's not about him singing better than anybody else in 112. It's just he had a distinctive tone, right? Similar to the same thing in our group. I have a distinctive tone. So anyway, bringing you back to, he invited just me, not my other group members, to come in to add my backgrounds to a song that Tasha had already completed. But we were recording our third album, but it was already agreed upon that she was going solo on So Def after our third album was done. And so that's why I say to you guys all the time, they were using our third album to set up her solo project. In what world should my other group members have not been invited, okay, to a XSCAPE session? So to be clear to you, I didn't have a problem with Tasha. As she said, when she walked in, I spoke to her. I had a problem with our producer, our label head. So I was addressing him and it became an argument because he was like, Kandi, you tripping, da da da. And I'm like, how the fuck you not gonna invite Tiny and Tamika to the session, but you just gonna call me to add backgrounds to a song y'all have already finished? That is a Tasha song. So yes, y'all know how I am when I be arguing or when I'm upset or I'm passionate, my eyes tear up or whatever. So yes, she did walk in on me and Jermaine arguing about a song that she was singing solo on, but you got to put it in context. Don't just tell people I'm mad because you singing solo. I'm mad because y'all did not invite our entire group to be a part of a song that was supposed to be for XSCAPE. And they had did that on a couple of songs on that album. So I just wanted to put that out there. So when you saying I'm upset with you about you singing a solo, now you know why, so you can be clear. I did not shade you. I did not, yell at you. I was having that debate with our producer, which is he's the person I was supposed to have an issue with, I would think, right? Okay. It doesn't matter what happens. She always makes me her villain. It's like I'm her villain. No matter what time period you put it in, back in the day, you put it into these days, she's always making it that I am her problem in her life. When, in all honesty, in these last few years, I felt like we had come to a place of an understanding, like, No, me and her don't have a tight relationship like I do with my other group members, but we can work together. We can go do shows together and be cordial. Like, we don't have, like, I didn't have no problem with her. We ain't been having arguments. We ain't been beefing. So I cannot understand why she still makes me the problem in her life. Like, girl, fix your issues with your sister right now. Fix your issues with your family. That is where your real issue. I ain't never went out publicly and said some of the real slimy things I felt that your husband and you have done. Like, I ain't did that publicly. Now, one of the things I will have to address, because it's going to come on the show in a couple of episodes, but as of yet, I ain't cleared the air about certain things. Like, I haven't. I'm gonna keep looking over here because Jamie over here. Okay, y'all. I haven't done that. So it's you and your sister have been doing that. Like, so stop it. Stop making me your problem. Now, here's the other issue I had with her video. So, people have been, making jokes about my voice, which whatever. I don't really care. But Tasha actually made a joke about my voice in her video, in her speak on it.
But they needed you to sing on her song on the XSCAPE album.
No. No, this is the part that is like really corny of her to me. You are trying to clown a person's voice whose voice is leading on half the hits that is your claim to fame. The biggest hit that you've ever been on, which is Just Kicking It, is the voice that you've been clowning, or that you're clowning in your video. I'm cool. I can go back and forth with other people about, or I don't even go back and forth with them really, but other people can try to make jokes about my voice or whatever. But me and you are in a group together. We supposed to make money together. We supposed to hit the stage together. You've been hearing my voice all these years as you making money off of it, right? But you on your video trying to make jokes about my voice. The same voice who has accomplished more than you with your amazing voice that you try to put out there that you have. Like, I've been on other hits that's bigger than you. I mean, and honestly, and I know y'all be trying to say it's an ego thing. I only bring up accomplishments when I have to feel like I'm defending myself. Let's be clear. I've already had a #1 Billboard gospel single. Kandi. I'm going to post up this picture so you can see. Me, not XSCAPE. I have had a #1, Stay Prayed Up, was #1 on the gospel, on Billboard's gospel chart when it came out. Yes, my voice. I've had a #1 gospel song. Something that right now is what you are trying to do. Me and my voice that you tried to clown. We are in a group together, sis. I don't clown my group members' voices. I don't clown when they mess up. We have plenty of arguments. We fall out all the time. But it's like you is trying to join on the bandwagon of other people and clowning your group member that goes on stage with you and make money with you. Well, who they do that at? You clowning me, you clowning yourself. Baby, 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 baby. Do you want to let go to be in love with you? Save you. That's what you're doing. It's stupid for you to do that. And then on top of that, yeah, people been clowning me, but lately they've been clowning you too for singing them same tired runs you've been singing since 1993. I am gonna try to, what's the night? Oh, my body's just for you. I need you to play that clip that people been, I'm gonna give it to you. They've been clowning you too. But have I been trying to go online like, oh, she's saying them same tired runs? It's not like I never thought it. It's not like I never thought it. I would have never said that. But since you want to go and throwing mud at each other, that is so stupid to me. I feel like we should keep our stuff to the facts or the drama, but your opinion or trying to you laughing. And all of these people who want to make jokes about my voice, who all of y'all sing so great and y'all sing so amazing, but haven't caught no headline without me. in these last weeks or months or years. I don't know. Catch a headline without me. Please. Please. I just don't think that's godly. Y'all, please get her album when it comes out on Good Friday. It's called Conversations with God. I'm like, her conversations with God must only be about me. Because those are the conversations you're having with everybody. It's only about me. I mean, I need her album to blow up so she can be at peace and she ain't got to mess with us no more. Because God knows I don't want to sing with her no more. God knows I don't. I'm tired of the back and forth. I'm tired of being her villain in her story. I am tired. I'm tired of the truth being changed. Oh yeah, and she want to give her husband all this credit about working with the group. Okay, first of all, let's go back to what she said about them performing. When she showed that show of the Jermaine thing with her and her sister performing together, it was like, because Kandi didn't want to do it and Kandi didn't. First of all, at that time, that was before we made up. I had not even spoke to them in over a decade. But Jermaine just wanted us to just go on stage together, just threw it out there that I was supposed to be coming back with my group. And I'm like, yo, he didn't even make sure, he didn't bring us together to try to work out us being on the same page talking. Of course, I ain't seen him in 10 years. I wasn't finna just jump on the stage. So yes, that is why her and her sister did that show. I wasn't even doing shows at that time anymore because they started doing their XSCAPE 3 thing. I only came back for that. You gonna see why. I can't wait till I can tell y'all the full story. Then she wanna say something about the performance that me and Tiny missed last year, right? Last year.
Why do you think she's bringing this up?
Because she's trying to make me look like a villain in her story. And I'm going to tell you straight up. Me and Tiny, and that's going to be brought up. Those particular shows, Tiny and I had caught COVID. We weren't able to, it was the day of the show I found out that I wasn't going to be able to perform. I had literally drove all the way to South Carolina. None of us performed on that show. But then the next day, we were supposed to be performing in Atlanta. Tamika and Tasha decided to do the show themselves. They didn't even talk to me about it. They didn't even ask me what I felt because I would have said, I don't think that's a good idea. They told Tiny that they was thinking they was going to do it, but they said before that everybody was still going to get their money or whatever because at the end of the day, our names were used to promote the show. It wasn't like they knew ahead and was able to just sell it just based on them. So our names was used to promote the show. But after the fact, when we were supposed to get paid on it, that's when Tasha just, I guess said that me and Tiny wasn't supposed to get our money. I was like, Tiny, I thought you said, because she was the one to talk to him. I said, I thought you said they told us we were still all going to get our money, even though, obviously we got sick that day. And Tiny said,
oh, hell no. We about to get our motherfucking money. They gonna give us all that money. That's what we discussed before they even did that shit.
Tiny was the one who said y'all was gonna pay us. And yeah, that's my girl, so I'm riding with her. I'm like, yeah, okay, was she right? Like, they used all of our names to promote this show. It's so much to this, guys. Even still, she still trying to make it be like,
Kandi said that we had to pay her or she wasn't doing the shows no more.
You always try to make it me. Always. Yeah, we had to make up this show. We had to make up the show from the missing show, y'all. And that's how we ended up working with this promoter that she doesn't like. But I can't wait till y'all see why she don't like them. I cannot wait. Yes, you're gonna see it. It's so much more that has to be played out in these next 2 episodes. To be honest with you guys, I don't even know how they narrowed down all the drama and the craziness in just 6 episodes. There was so much more that should have aired. I hope that I was able to give you a little clarity on some of this BS. What I was gonna say to you was, she was giving her husband so much credit on all these shows that he supposedly was doing for us. And first of all, I ain't never asked that man to manage XSCAPE. I was like, if we ever do a TV series, a movie about our life, I'll give you all the fine details then. But child, just know I ain't never asked him to manage us. I was like, they be dragging these lies. I just can't. And on top of that, how he made us all this money, I was the one who said, y'all can go back to the Escape Still Kicking It show. I told them then. They wanted to be openers for somebody. I told them I wasn't doing no shows or no tour unless we headlined our own tour. They tried to get some promoters to come in that really wasn't offering us what we needed. I brought us in the promoter who ended up giving us the deal that we deserved and gave us the percentages that we should get in order to make the millions that we've made, and set up the tone for the shows that we had going forward. Even for them to do shows as just 3 people getting to the bag. So I'm like, girl, why you don't never want to give me no credit though. We made millions on that Escape tour. Yes, we did.
Yeah.
But it wasn't because your husband set up that with the promoter.
Preach.
I was the one who called that promoter. I was the one who told him, like, yo, this is what we got to have in order to make it work. I don't get credit for that.
I'm over it.
And we split the money equally. It wasn't like I was coming in and like, oh, I got to get more than you. No. So what? Why my group, she don't go hard for us at all.
She's for herself.
No, I do not make more than my group members. We split all our money equally. It's sad. And then y'all saw her on the blogs trying to run over there to be with SWV somewhere when she was in the comments she wanted to get all the Kandi haters together in one group meeting. They said, meeting. Let's all come together and hate on Kandi. I just want people to understand. I need y'all to stop trying to find a way to dislike me. It's like people be like, ooh, she had to have did that. You ain't never seen no sign of me doing any of the stuff that these people are saying, but you are assuming in your heart of hearts that I had to have did her wrong in some kind of way just because you don't like me. Like, just because you don't like me, just don't like me. But don't be trying to make up stuff that I did. Don't try to make up that I had to have had my husband to do something to these folks. Like, don't make up. Come on, stick with facts. Facts, receipts. Facts, receipts. Like, I mean, as I said earlier, I feel like people always want to attack my husband whenever they mad at me. And the things that have been said about my husband this week is like terrible lies and totally unfair and not of his character, right? Well, I know this was a long speak on it, but I had to set the record straight for all these people who think they finna just go online talking crazy about me. Thank you for following me on all the platforms. Please make sure you follow me on my Amazon shop so you can be privy to the things that I am doing on Amazon Live. It's always fun, and I always drop some tea on there. And then I also want you to follow me on AMP, because that's where I do Candy Coated Live. Yeah, obviously all social media. Make sure you follow me, and make sure you're subscribing. Subscribe, because we got more to come. I just have to say my theme songs for the week. Please download my gospel song, Stay Prayed Up, and also download Fly Above for all of you who know what I'm going through about all this drama. You know, you just gotta fly above. Fly above, fly above, fly above, honey. Y'all do know the Real Housewives of Atlanta, they should be dropping their trailers soon in the next few weeks. So to be clear, this drama ain't gonna stop for me no time soon. So I just done got used to it. I'm embedded in your motherfucking brain, bitch. And I'm standing on it. And until next time, thank you for watching. Speak on it.